round robin gets confusing, but for now, we can kind of see how it goes. Anyways, let's go in game and actually introduce these players. As we kick this off and go in game and introduce one of our last, our last live ZvZ of the day. As we have to the bottom right hand side, the blue Zerg player from Team Clash. It is Elazer. It's going up against the red Zerg from Storm Gaming to the top left hand side. It is True. Hey guys, a bit of a different format we're trying out today, especially because we have the dual PC setup now, all of the time. Basically, it's a 24/7 thing that we have going. We've managed to move a laptop into the studio full time, rather than just having to bring it on certain days. So if that's set up here all the time, it means that we don't have to move it around, so it's always there. And it means we can do stuff like this more often, like cover more games, give you guys live updates from matches and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. That's kind of how it's going. But it is going to allow us to do a bit of a different format here today, which has been a little bit hectic. Hopefully we maybe sort things out and get it a bit smoother for tomorrow. Anyways, the top left-hand side, we kickstart this with our red Zerg player from Storm Gaming True. He is up against a free hatch before pool out of Elazer, going third hatchery on the gold. And he can get very aggressive off of this with a lot of lings early on and stuff like that. There's actually a lot of potential here from Elazer to just mass up lings and to get aggressive. So we'll see what he wants to do here over the next few minutes. We'll see what he wants to set up into, as that third hatchery is indeed just about now getting set to finish up. So we'll see exactly what Elazer's plan will be. Right now, True is not looking to be too aggressive himself, as he does just, for now, gather up those few Zerglings at the front. So a few lings being gathered together. Ling speed now on the way out from Elazer as well, and we do just see Queen on the way up here on this natural. I mean, again, everything as you'd expected so far. He doesn't transfer any drones towards that third hatch on the gold. Maybe he just wants to keep it hidden here from True, who doesn't necessarily see what this is, right? He hasn't scouted it. He hasn't got any reason, based on what he sees at the front, to suspect a fast third hatch. And obviously, you know, if he doesn't see ling speed, he might just think maybe it's a cancel, maybe it's no ling speed. It still doesn't give him the info on the gold unless he necessarily goes up there to check it. So it's just an advantage that Elazer holds right now that is slowly going to start to eke him ahead in that economy. And if True doesn't do something about it, it definitely will give Elazer just an advantage to play with. You can already see that eco lead starting to rise up just slowly into Elazer's favor. As now True already going to see the lack of ling speed, but ling speed still upgrading. And that will tell him it was a later gas, and so it does become maybe more on his mind that this is a possibility as to how things are going. Brings us back in towards the natural expansion as we're going to be having. That's coming forward from Elazer. A couple of Banes going to start morphing in too. He's going to be able to fight this very easily. Those lingers go down. I mean, obviously the big advantage from Elazer here is he's on free hatcher production with a small eco lead. He's actually just straight up going to have a lead going up against True. So True needs to take some good fights in the next few moments. Elazer's own Bane nest is finished. He's got a couple of defensive Banes, but now he morphs in 6 on the front of the on the top left side of the map, getting ready to attack on into True. Yeah, Elazer even building a spine behind this and still actually holds a 6-worker lead. And that similar army supply number as well. So really everything about Elazer right now, this build order advantage is really in his favor at the moment. It's definitely gone a long way, but that's a big Baneland hit. It's actually in Elazer's favor here. There's Banes all over the place. It's Elazer that's cleaned up pretty much everything from True, and I mean, True's going to get a few more lings out in a moment, but they're not here just yet, as we're going to see a couple of Banes of Elazer morphing as well. One cancelled, but 2 still coming in. It looks as though there's not going to be a chance to cancel those. The Queen goes down, drones continue to fall, and I think Elazer, just like that, is going to break through the front line of True already. You'll see the Bane turns around, picks off another couple of Zerglings there, and this is Elazer just going to straight up win this one. Nice, simple, no issues at all. I mean, again, the build gives him an advantage. It gives him a huge advantage, and then it just kind of follows up into this attack that True just cannot hold off. True's trying to morph in a couple of Banes to defend this on the front, but so far it just isn't happening. See those Banes getting caught here, and we are going to see that Bane just finishing up as well. Queen still fighting away. Another Baneling goes off, 5 more drones going down, but True's down 20 workers, and the Elazer still just trickling in. A few Lings, a few Banes. Probably is going to get all the cancels here as more Lings come through, and True just cannot keep up with the numbers right now. Queen will deny a Bane into the main, but it doesn't actually matter too much. Doesn't have a way to hold on, and that is going to be GG. Elazer takes game through that. We'll bring you back more updates of that game as it goes, but definitely Raynor leading there in game number 1. But let's talk about game 2 of this best of 3. Don't cheese me, please. As we head to the bottom left-hand side, our blue Zerg player up 1-0 from Team Clash. It's Elazer. These guys are promising. True says macro player. Just the top right. He is from Sidestone Gaming. It is true. Already eliminated from this group. This is going to be his final game of the day. Elazer, if he wins this, goes 2-1, and then he has to play a Petit Drogo to see which of them will confirm and advance through the group, and which of them will end up maybe fighting a tiebreaker. As he gets up and ready to go. Now counts as commercial break time, though. That's the issue with running the second thing. I can bring you guys like a little bit more action from other games, but then I also need to run ads too, which is why I ask you guys to obviously understand that, understand the fact that, sometimes we do have to cut away from games because they are not our priority game. There is like a main game we focus on. This is kind of funny. These guys are going to go free hatch against each other based on what they were talking about here. Elazer says, please don't cheese me, I'm going to go free hatch. And True's like, okay. So he goes free hatch as well. So not really your normal ZvZ to kickstart things, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. As we, I mean, fair enough. If they both agree and they're not going to, they're going to both honor it. Free hatch apiece. All three go into one heck of a weird startup for the ZvZ. It's very rare you see free hatch against free hatch, right? So really is going to maybe create a couple of interesting moments or so. As, by the way, I guess just to bring some extra action in, Raynor is currently completely destroying Bly in game number 2 of that, game number 1 of that series, sorry. Raynor is looking as though he's about to go 1-up. He's killed Bly's third hatch. He's up over 50-60 supply in the game. And as you can see in the picture-in-picture, those roaches are moving forwards into some Banes. And he just has to split up. Raynor has plenty. Even if he loses this army, he's got a lot more back at home. And as you can see, a very good split there to pick up the GG. Raynor goes up 1-0 in that best of 3 against Bly. A couple of queens on the way up from both players at the moment as we continue to set up here. It's going to be seeing the link speed on the way up from the Elazer. True was actually not into that 100 gas just yet, so a little bit slower. He has actually got 100 gas. As Elazer says, where's the third base? Elazer, it's right here, buddy. You've missed it. True's like, question mark, question mark. I am macro. I am macro player. Elazer's like, okay. Now he sees it. Now he knows. Now he knows. He's gonna be seeing the in my main. True's kind of funny. If you guys have ever met True, obviously, I guess not everyone has. I'm sure some people will have, but he's a pretty funny guy to meet. He's a pretty funny dude. Well, a lot of lings now on the way up from Elazer. He does have a slightly faster ling speed to utilize here. As True throws down double Evo. Obviously, in the long term, that benefits him a lot, but right now he's continuing to drone as well, and so he might just die to like a flood of Zerglings if he isn't careful. He has to be a little bit more cautious about on it. As we're going to see those lings going to move across. True's like, question mark. I thought we were macroing. 5 min, no rush, he says. I don't know if they agreed 5 min, no rush. Is that maybe what they said at the start? Is that actually what they said? I don't even know. Oh yeah, is it what Elazer said? You know Manus, says Elazer. He runs on in with a lot of lings. I mean, True has lings of his own up, but is he going to have enough? Banes are going to get big connections. Already 10 drones down. A queen as well. Well, it's definitely good progress for Elazer, as True will fall drastically in drone count. 25 against 43. And Elazer still droning up back at home, although he will need a few units right now to defend this. He is also falling behind in terms of an upgrade. I mean, a melee upgrade coming through at the moment here for True. That's still in the way right now, so still going into that, and that will give him an advantage moving onwards a little bit later. He's coming in. We're going to be seeing a couple of queens here to defend. Bane's finishing up as well, so Elazer's starting to be able to get that defense going. He lost a couple of drones over towards this third base, a few lings. Again, he's got those Banes out now, so he is able to come on in. True's actually the one losing workers as Elazer. I'm not even sure where he struck, but he struck somewhere and killed off 4 more drones. True only on 20 workers, completely all in with this attack. And we're going to be seeing Elazer really looking as though he's been able to hold this off. Without too many issues. True still out up to this top side. And is morphing in a lot of Banes. But Roach is on the way up from lasers. Obviously that's going to be a big part of him being able to defend against this. Getting those Roaches out will go a long way, and we're going to be seeing how that Ling gets taken down. Roaches gather on up. There's Lings, Banes to help out against the heavier Ling count to maybe soak up some of these Banes of his opponent. Elazer really has everything he needs. The army supplies are similar. There's that melee advantage, but again, that doesn't necessarily do too much. And especially if Roach is out here, they're going to be able to do a lot to help defend. You can see, oh, 2 Banes for all of those Banes of True. Unfortunately for True, he's just not going to have enough here at all. He may get the 3rd hatch, though. Well, that's something at least, getting the 3rd hatchery, but obviously there's so much more that needs to be done here, because now Elazer can just counterattack. He's already killed so much. Well, True's not going to let him. He's going to attack himself in towards the natural and main base. Oh my god, Banes, though, already cleaning up a lot, and True. Again, the 3rd base kill is nice, but is it enough? Probably not, as you're going to be seeing these Roaches and Lings continue to fight. I mean, again, True's just losing out on numbers, and eventually Elazer gets the chance to move across. True knows it. Elazer will take the 2-0.